Right, so I have this dual turntable. It's a dual 701. I got it quite cheap. It seemed to be in okay condition. Some little marks on the tone arm there, but when it plays beautifully, so I don't think that's got much of an impact on it. But auto start and stop, it's got some real weird stuff going on. When you hit the start button, it doesn't quite start. Read up about that. It has to do with something called a tonearm, which there wasn't. I replaced it with this little piece of white plastic there. That seems to work, but only for the return, not for the start function. So if I hit start, basically what happens is, okay, nothing happens. Let me see what's going on. Let's try that again. So it seems I have to hold in the start button. So the table starts turning. That main lever moves across, but it doesn't move anything. And then the tone arm lifts when it lifts, but it never actually moves across. Don't know if it's moving it in the wrong direction or something. So if I put the tone arm down somewhere and you hit the stop button, then it lifts and it returns, like you've seen over there. So that works. But when it returns, it keeps going into this cycle where it just lifts and returns in the same spot. And that doesn't matter where it is on the table, it will keep doing this. Oh no, sorry, it does matter. Previously it didn't matter, but now it will always return. Once I replaced the tonearm. It also works if it gets to the end of the record, reaches the end at the right time, the lever returns, but then it goes into this cycle. Now what's weird about the cycle also is that you can see the strobe light here actually goes off and on. So when it's off, if you just stop it manually with your finger, like so, not sure if I'm supposed to do that, then all is good until you start it again. The other thing that's a bit weird is if you take off the platter, then it stops fine. So I think, what happens is when the platter spins, it's quite a heavy thing and it kind of keeps that momentum and it doesn't quite get to stopping. I can show you what happens on the sort of the main gear as well. Let's go to the end of the record. It returns. So tonearm works great for the return. I'm not sure, there's maybe another pimple involved when you start the thing, something like that. Here's what's happening on this main gear. When the platter is off, it stops. You see that bit when the yellow thing on the side over there, poof, hits there, then it stops. But when the platter is on, I have to stop it by hand. Anyone who's got any ideas what's going on here, please let me know in the comments.